Tonight's concert, amazing. Spice did her thing, but me and my hubby are gonna exit stage left because the last thing I want to do is run into Yandy. I don't want to be around no funky breath and no funky ass cheeks slapping together, smelling like BBL.
Hold on to your seats because the love and hip-hop Atlanta universe is about to explode. Rasheeda Frost just dropped the shocking truth behind why Mendeecees allegedly left Yandy Smith-Harris for none other than Tamar Braxton. And the fallout is straight-up catastrophic. Fans are losing it on social media, calling this the biggest betrayal the ATL cast has ever seen. Private messages are leaked, DMs are spilling secrets, and insiders are whispering that this isn't just a love triangle, it's a full-blown power play. Yandy's left speechless, heartbroken, and furious, while Tamar is smiling in the shadows, soaking up the drama. Rasheeda steps into the center of this chaos as the ultimate truth-bearer. And everyone's wondering, was Mendeecees really chasing love, revenge, or something far more sinister? Stay tuned, because by the end of this story, nothing will be. The same in Atlanta, and the internet is already on fire. The Atlanta skyline glimmered under the late August heat. But behind the glitz and glam of love and hip-hop Atlanta, tension was brewing like a storm waiting to break. Yandy Smith-Harris. The powerhouse from New York had been navigating married life with Mendeecees Harris for years. They were the picture-perfect reality TV couple, powerful, supportive, and seemingly unshakable. Their love story, filled with ups and downs, had captivated audiences nationwide. Fans admired Yandy's grace under pressure and her ability to balance family, business, and reality TV stardom. But recently, cracks had begun to appear. Rumors swirled on Instagram, and Reddit whispers of Tamar Braxton entering the Atlanta orbit and catching Mendeecees' attention. Tamar, with her Grammy-winning voice, bold personality, and undeniable charm, was a force to be reckoned with. While she had her own thriving career, some insiders hinted at secret late-night calls, flirty DM exchanges, and backstage encounters at Atlanta concerts that had Yandy on edge. Rasheeda Frost, the Georgia peach herself, had been watching this dynamic unfold from the sidelines, loyal to both her friend Yandy and the network of Atlanta reality royalty. Rasheeda had always positioned herself as a mediator, a voice of reason amidst chaos. But what she had recently learned or overheard was enough to make her rethink her role. It all started during the filming of a private poolside gathering in mid-July 2025. The cameras caught laughs, casual drinks, and family-friendly games. But behind the scenes, conversations were charged with tension. Mendeecees had been unusually quiet, exchanging fleeting glances with Tamar, who smiled in a way that suggested something more than friendly camaraderie. Yandy noticed it immediately, her instincts razor sharp. I don't like the energy," Yandy confided to a camera confessional, her voice low but intense. "I trust Mendeecees, but something feels off. I don't know if I should confront it yet, or if I should just watch and wait." Meanwhile, Rasheeda had her own thoughts. She knew Yandy's intuition was rarely wrong. She also knew the stakes. This wasn't just about friendship or loyalty. It was about power, influence, and survival in the world of Atlanta reality TV. In a whispered confessional, Rasheeda admitted, "I've seen too many good people get burned because they didn't listen to the signs. Yandy's smart, but she can't see everything. And sometimes, the truth, it comes from the most unexpected place." Social media, as always, was an unrelenting microscope. Fans began noticing subtle signs: a lingering Instagram comment, a cryptic tweet from Tamar, a coincidental appearance at an Atlanta event. The online community exploded with speculation. "Yandy girl, you better watch out," one viral post read. Another added, "Mendeecees acting shady. Tamar lurking. Atlanta about to pop off." Hashtags like #LHHATL drama and #Yan DYVs TAMAR began trending, sending shockwaves through the reality TV world. Behind closed doors, the dynamics were even more heated. Mendeecees, who had always been the calm in Yandy's storm, found himself navigating uncharted waters. On one hand, he was committed to his wife, the woman who had stood by him through career highs and lows. On the other, Tamar's presence brought a spark excitement and a dangerous allure he hadn't felt in years. Rasheeda, ever the strategist, saw the writing on the wall. She decided to take a step back, observe, and gather intel. Her insider perspective was invaluable. She knew who whispered what, who shared secrets, and who could be trusted. And as she watched the drama unfold, she realized that the upcoming reunion episode might not just be explosive, could change everything. Fans had no idea what was coming. They had seen arguments, misunderstandings, and small betrayals on their screens before. But this was different. Rasheeda's information hinted at something far deeper, something that could shatter alliances and reputations alike. And as the cameras rolled, capturing every smirk, glance, and subtle gesture, the foundation of trust that Yandy had with Mendeecees began to tremble by the end of that poolside day. Yandy was left with a gnawing feeling of unease. Tamar had left the gathering with a knowing smile. Rasheeda had pulled Mendeecees aside for a private word, and the air was thick with unspoken tension. Little did Yandy know, the storm was just beginning, and when it hit, no one would be spared. This was more than just reality TV. Rama ET was a test of loyalty, friendship, and love, in a world where cameras captured every betrayal. And Rasheeda, she was holding a secret that could tip the scales in ways nobody could imagine. Cliffhanger, as Yandy prepared for the next episode, shoot, a message appeared on her phone. 1:00 the morning after the poolside gathering, Yandy woke up with a pit in her stomach. That single message from Rasheeda wasn't just cryptic, it was ominous. It read, "You need to see this before it's too late. Mendeecees isn't who you think he is." Her heart raced. She had dealt with rumors before, with shade and with petty betrayals, but something about this felt different. Rasheeda had never sent her messages like this, not in years of friendship. This wasn't casual advice. This was a warning. Yandy immediately called Rasheeda, her fingers trembling. "Girl, what is it? What are you talking about?" she demanded, trying to keep her voice calm. On the other end, Rasheeda sounded strained, almost wary.
Whatever they say has no relevance, okay? It's just them some scheming, lying, manipulating people.
I'm cool with it. We never talk ever again in life, because I ain't got time for that.
You got a couple of widows in this crowd, so I want you to be on point.
Please don't get no bull.
I think sometimes they be forgetting who they playing with.
You know, coming out here to Atlanta, I had my blinders on, but I was warned by my friend back in New York about Rasheeda and Kirk. They ain't right. I was warned and I just didn't listen.
Yeah. We about to get this music started in a minute, man. We appreciate y'all, man. We about to have a good time tonight.
I'm annoyed.
I know.
I can't believe this bitch I hate them people. When I tell you I despise people who sit here and make up for ruffle feathers, because that's exactly what he doing. The fact that you would even play that type of game and disrespect my husband and then turn around and on your girlfriend like that just lets me know the bottom of the barrel type of people we dealing with.
Most wary. Yandy. It's about Mendeecees and Tamar. I didn't want to say anything before I had proof, but I have it now. Yandy's mind spun. Proof. What proof could Rasheeda possibly have? She had known her friend to be a loyal ally, someone who never spoke lightly. This had to be serious. Meanwhile, Mendeecees was acting completely normal, or so it seemed. He kissed Yandy goodbye before heading out to a studio session in downtown Atlanta. His charm was disarming, his smile sincere, but Yandy couldn't shake the feeling that something had shifted. And then there was Tamar, whose presence at nearly every industry event lately had felt more than coincidental. Rasheeda had scheduled a discreet meetup at her boutique. The lights dimmed, her assistant out of the room. As Yandy entered, Rasheeda handed her a folder. "Look, I didn't want to drag you into this, but you deserve the truth." She said. Inside were screenshots of messages, direct messages, phone texts, and even snippets from a hidden camera at a recent Atlanta event. Mendeecees and Tamar had been exchanging flirtatious texts, some playful, some suggestive, and a few that hinted at meetings outside professional obligations. Yandy's hands shook as she scrolled through the screenshots. Her stomach sank. This can't be real, Yandy whispered, more to herself than to Rasheeda. It's real, Rasheeda said firmly. And there's more. Mendeecees has been lying to you, covering up meetings with Tamar. I didn't want to believe it either, but all signs point to. Well, you see it for yourself. Yandy felt a cocktail of emotions, anger, betrayal, hurt, but also a fierce determination. She wasn't going to crumble. Not in front of Rasheeda, not in front of Mendeecees, and certainly not in front of Tamar. I need to confront him, Yandy said, her voice trembling but resolute. But I need to do it on my terms. I need evidence, and I need to be ready, Rasheeda nodded, her expression softening. I've got your back. But you have to move carefully. This isn't just about you and Mendeecees, it's about the whole cast, the cameras, and the fans. If this leaks, it could blow up bigger than anything Atlanta has ever seen. As Yandy left the boutique, her mind raced. Every encounter she'd had with Mendeecees over the past few weeks suddenly looked suspicious. His late-night studio sessions, his sudden bursts of charm. The way he sometimes avoided her gaze, it all clicked into place. And Tamar. She wasn't just a friend or colleague. She was a player in this game. And Yandy had just realized she had underestimated her. Back at home, Yandy drafted a plan. She wouldn't confront Mendeecees in public, not yet. She'd gather evidence, prepare herself emotionally, and control the narrative. But the first move wasn't going to be hers. Rasheeda had already taken the lead by revealing the truth. And now Yandy had to act smart. Across town, Mendeecees was oblivious to the storm brewing in his household. He laughed with Tamar at a brunch event, sharing stories and jokes completely, unaware that Yandy had received Rasheeda's message. Fans at the event noticed their chemistry, snapping photos and videos that would inevitably circulate online. Some commented they looked too cozy,